Yo, just so you understand it, this is Coach Carvel Bailey's program with the spirit of Bob Hambry.
This is Bless the Ball, helping athletes, and we represent. Study your craft, your mentality leads to excellence. It's all about your mindset. We'll never stop addressing this, so be positive and not a pessimist. Confidence took James Harden higher. If you really want it, it ain't gonna be easy. It's gonna be hard as carbon fiber, but we got you. From counseling to workshops, we do it. You'll go farther with a scholarship. We'll help you get recruited. Yo, anyone can dribble and shoot, but it's the ones who study basketball internally that make it to Duke University. Knowledge goes around. The game is played from the neck up and not from the shoulders down. This is Bless the Ball, helping you with obstacles. The athletes are the rocket. Bless the Ball is the rocket fuel. If you hit a wall, we can help you slowly climb it. So keep a Mamba mentality like Kobe Bryant.
Bless the Ball.
Cherish the opportunities that you have.
Bless the Ball.
Use your mentality to master the craft.
Bless the Ball.
Come join our team, it's a new day. Follow our steps and watch how much better you play.
Bless the Ball.
Cherish the opportunities that you have.
Bless the Ball.
Use your mentality to master the craft.
Bless the Ball.
Come join our team, it's a new day. Follow our steps and watch how much better you play. Yo, Coach Carvel Bailey. Hey, listen to your coach, man. He ain't no scrub off the street. That man got credentials, academic and street. Believe it. And my name is Strategic.
Good afternoon. How you doing? This is Coach Carvel Bailey. I want to welcome you to another episode of Coach Carvel Bailey's Lunch and Learn. Let me know what city and state you're checking in from so that I always know. I always like to know, right, where this reach is going, because I want to be able to reach and help as many people as possible. So let's get into it today. Let's get into it, right? Let's break down the two biggest things that your athlete can learn from Deion Sanders. And today we're talking about B&B, not bed and breakfast, right? Not none of those things. But I came on yesterday, right? I don't want to date this actual video class, right? But I came on prior to today and I list 5 things. I talked about 5 things that your athlete can learn from this whole Deion Sanders primetime situation in moving schools, right? So those 5 things, just to recap so that you understand in case you missed it, go back and check it out, right, on any of my social media pages, but you can get the full deal on my YouTube page at Coach Carvel Bailey. But I talked about you're always being recruited. You are the brand. This is a business. Is your athlete's affairs in order? And people love you until they don't, right? So those were my notes from yesterday. And I said that I'm going to come on throughout the week and I'm going to break down all of those a little bit further so that you can kind of understand a little bit better exactly what it is that I'm referring to and what it is that I'm talking about. So today we're going to talk about B&B, right? And your athlete can learn from this. Let me, as a coach who was successful at one college and resigned and took a job at another college, let me say that I personally, I can speak on this because I've been in this situation, right? I've been in this situation. There are a lot of things behind the scenes that a lot of people may not understand of why someone chooses to then, right, get elevated and go someplace else if they have the opportunity to, right? So I just want to say, stop being mad. What are you mad about? Like, get some business of your own, right? Have some opportunities of your own for yourself, your athlete, and then you won't necessarily have time to complain and badger a decision that somebody else made, because everybody have jobs. Everybody leaves one job and go to another, especially if it makes sense. All right. But today, let's talk about that one. Let's talk about B&B. Basketball is a business. Basketball is a business, especially when you get to the professional level, the collegiate level, and a lot of times the high school varsity level. It's a business. And so did you know in 2022, there are 2 different types of businesses that I want to talk about, right? There are for-profit businesses and there are not-for-profit businesses, right? Not-for-profit businesses are those, well, let me start with for-profit. In 2022, there were 33.2 million for-profit, well, 33.2 million businesses total in 2022. 33.2 million businesses total, right? But there were 31.7 million small businesses. 33.2 million businesses in 2022 that's registered with the United States, right? It's probably more that's not registered, but registered. There are 33.2 million. There are 31.7 million small businesses. But then there's 1.8 million of that 33.2 is not profit, nonprofit. Meaning there's a plethora of for-profit businesses out there. So what does that mean, Coach Bailey? That means that people are in business to make money, right? People are in business to make money. Will they provide a service? Yes. Will they provide a solution? In some cases. But they're in business to make money. That's what a business does. If they don't want to get paid for their services, it's called a nonprofit. But even with a nonprofit business, someone's getting paid. There's still money circulating to operate that nonprofit business. So first of all, understand that basketball is a business. You're paying for your athlete. You're paying shoes. You're paying for different equipment. You're probably paying for trainers, right? You're probably paying for them to play on an AAU team. You're probably paying for hotels, probably paying for food, for gas. Basketball, right? And someone told me this a long time ago, and I respect the person, but I took it personally because he said there's big money in bad basketball. There's big money in bad basketball. Well, what has happened is that the people that don't have a lot of money, right, they're being outdone by the people that have money that can pay for these private individuals. When I came up, it was we teach each other and we learn based on what we see and talking to the old heads. That's not the case in today's game, right? The more money a parent has, the more opportunities their athlete can have, but then it's a lot of entitlement that comes along with those things either. Well, too, and those athletes aren't necessarily hungry enough to get where they would like to go. But basketball is a business. Football is a business. College sports is a business. And guess what? If you aren't producing, they will fire you because they're in the business of increasing their revenue. They're in the business of increasing their revenue. So they have to do things with boosters, with concessions, right? When is the last time that you went to a basketball game or a sporting event? You got to pay to park, you got to pay to get in, you got to pay for tickets, you got concessions, you got all those things. They may hit you with the 50-50 pot, all of those things, right? It's a lot comes along with being part of a collegiate program. And so they need to make money. So they have to bring the best people in that's going to help them get the most bang for their buck. Coaches, athletes, all those things, administrators. So it's a business. But guess what businesses do? Smart businesses, they connect with other businesses and or other brands. So the second part that your athlete can learn, not only that basketball and collegiate sports is a business, but guess what? They're a brand. Your athlete, insert your athlete's name below. That's their business. That's their brand. Their business should be being a student athlete. Their brand is themselves because they're wearing themselves all day, every day. Their facial expressions, their emotions, right? Their temperament, their character, their confidence, their integrity. All of those things are representation of their brand. So let me ask you this. What is your athlete doing to enhance their brand so that a for-profit business like a collegiate sports program will want to connect with that brand? There are many, many, many athletes walking around different schools throughout the country, and that athlete is not on a basketball team. Why? Because that athlete's brand does not go well with that business. So when your athlete is looking to be recruited and they're looking for exposure, you have to understand that it's like a matchmaking system. And this is what we do at Hoops Mastery. We help our athletes understand how to acquire the tools needed and the tools necessary to help them build up their brand so that they can become the right recruit for the right place. See, if your athlete was who they already needed to be to get the goal that they wanted, they would already have it. I'm going to say that again. If your athlete was already the player or the person or the student that they needed to be to get that offer that you and or them hoping that they get, they would already have it. But they aren't that person yet. They aren't that student athlete yet. So they have to become that person. That's what we do at Hoops Master. We help them become the right recruit by helping them with the tools needed, the confidence, the IQ, the exposure, the skill development. We help with all of that to help them become the right recruit. So therefore, it doesn't matter what tournament you go to, how much money you pay for a team. If your athlete's brand is not in alignment with the business that's looking to recruit them, they'll never get recruited. Hence, you get a lot of players that may be recruited for a junior college, but they want to go Power 5. You got a lot of athletes that want to be recruited by a Power 5, but they may get recruited by Division II school or NAIA school or Division III school. They may even get recruited by a low major, Division I, and they want to go high major. But brands connect with businesses. So if anything that your athlete can learn from this whole segment of, guess what? It's a business. Coaches leave, coaches come in. Coaches leave, coaches come in. People get fired, people get hired. People quit or people retire. People get fired or people get hired, or people quit or people retire. Does that make sense? But it never stops. It never stops. So if you know that the game of basketball on a collegiate level is a business, then why isn't your athlete doing everything possible to enhance their brand? Again, I don't know what they're doing, but they probably shouldn't be on social media with money to their ear or with guns or with drugs or with their pants hanging down. Whatever they're doing, I'm not saying that they need to have a shirt and tie on, but I'm just saying, what's their brand? What does it look like? Deion Sanders has a brand. That's why y'all call him prime time, right? That's his brand. Now, does it mean he's two totally different people? No, Deion Sanders in prime time is the same gentleman. It's the same man. But he has a brand. He has a brand. And he brought that brand to Jackson State, and it elevated the business within Jackson State. Does that make sense? But again, there are a lot of other things that go into play that a lot of people don't know about, right? When I left one school, one college to go to a different college, guess what? The same athletic director that would call me all day, every day, hey, coach, how you doing? Whatever. Do you understand that I've spoke to them before I took the other job? The other job wanted to blast it out there. They wanted to put it out there, right? Because new businesses are eager to connect with new brands. They were ready. Hey, we got Coach Carvel Bailey. I said, wait a minute. Let me do it right. Let me go talk to my team, and let me go talk to my administration because of the respect I have for them. But do you know that the administration didn't talk to me for about 9 months when I left? Like they didn't talk to me. Even when I got to the new place, they didn't talk to me. And I was okay with that because I understand feelings were involved, right? We helped their business. We helped the enrollment of the school increase. We helped bring money to the school. We did a lot of things, but there were some things that I felt that my student athletes weren't getting the best bang for their buck. And so I was not thinking just about me. I was thinking of other people that I can help. Understand, in this country called North America, but now sports, your athlete is competing with college level players that may be coming from overseas, that may be coming from prep school, that may be coming from other colleges. So they're competing with more than just their high school peers, right? So you have to understand what's going to make them stand out amongst everybody else. But more importantly, understand that real coaches, they understand that there are more people in God's kingdom that needs to be helped than just at one location. So businesses connect with brands. Brands look for businesses to partner with. Your athlete, they represent their own brand within a larger business. Deion Sanders understood that, not just from social media, not just from his football and baseball playing days, right? But because genuinely and integrity-wise, he feeds people every day. Like I come on at least twice a week. Coach Sanders feeds people every day with his brand. If it's on social media, if it's other places, if it's interviews. So guess what? A business that was failing, they needed to connect with a brand that will heighten their business. And from the other side, that person that had that brand had the foresight to say, if I connect with another business, again, it's a difference going from small business to large business, right? Be it black owned, white owned, it doesn't matter. But going from a small to a large, from business to corporation, whatever you want to call it, right? He understood that his brand would do well maybe at another business. So your athlete can learn about the B&B business and brand. They can learn a lot from Deion Sanders. And so now we still have to take care of brand. My notes, I failed to mention this. But with a brand, right, what does your athlete's brand represent, right? If they got their pants hanging down, they got their hat broke off, if they cursing or all of that on social media, what does their brand represent? One. Two, what does their brand require, right? What does their brand require of them to continue being successful? What does their brand require of other people, right, to help their brand? And then the third thing is, what are the results that brand brings? Well, guess what? Deion Sanders, we know what his brand represents. A lot of times it's hope, confidence, right? Inspiration, motivation, right? What does his brand require? It just requires that you be a student and listen. That you be a student and listen. That's all it requires, right? And that you work hard, that you listen, be coachable, and that you work hard. What are the results of his brand? Currently back-to-back SWAC champions, Super Bowl, punt return, home run, same day, two different sports. So when we talk about businesses and brands, your athlete needs to understand both of those. Now we still got to get to, are their affairs in order? And they only love you till they don't, as well as they're always being recruited. We'll get into that at another time. If you're seeing this on the replay, go and find that video somewhere because it should be out there. But this is what I want to say. At Hoops Master University, Coach Carvel Bailey, what we do is we help athletes develop plans and develop systems so that they can build the tools that they need to be successful and become the athlete that they need to be. So if you know that that's what your athlete needs, stop talking about Deion, stop being mad at Deion, and put your athlete in position to win so that if or when they get a new coach, they won't be stuck in the same situation some of these other players at other schools are that was not recruitable. All right. I hope that makes sense. Hey, drop your biggest takeaway beneath. If this was helpful, just drop a 1. If this was helpful, just drop a 1 as my class is coming back in. All right. But make sure that you share this with your athlete and share this with somebody else. All right. Moving forward. And again, Coach Carvel Bailey, I'll talk to y'all. Peace.
Yo, just so you understand it, this is Coach Carvel Bailey's program with the spirit of Bob Hambry.
This is Blessed to Ball, helping athletes, and we represent. Study your craft, your mentality leads to excellence. It's all about your mindset. We'll never stop addressing this, so be positive and not a pessimist. Confidence took James Harden higher. If you really want it, it ain't gonna be easy. It's gonna be hard as carbon fiber, but we got you. From counseling to workshops, we do it. You'll go farther with a scholarship. We'll help you get recruited. Yo, anyone can dribble and shoot, but it's the ones who study basketball internally that make it to Duke University. Knowledge goes around. The game is played from the neck up and not from the shoulders down. This is Blessed to Ball, helping you with obstacles. The athletes are the rocket. Blessed to Ball is the rocket fuel. If you hit a wall, we can help you slowly climb it. So keep a Mamba mentality like Kobe Bryant.
Blessed to Ball.
Cherish the opportunities that you have.
Blessed to Ball.
Use your mentality to master the craft.
Blessed to Ball.
Come join our team, it's a new day. Follow our steps and watch how much better you play.
Blessed to Ball.
Cherish the opportunities that you have.
Blessed to Ball.
Use your mentality to master the craft.
Blessed to Ball.
Come join our team, it's a new day. Follow our steps and watch how much better you play. Yo, Coach Carvel Bailey. Hey, listen to your coach, man. He ain't no scrub off the street. That man got credentials, academic and street. Believe it. And my name is strategic.